So, what's the next move, Andy?
Well, we packed up our camp, come over to the beginning of our trail that we marked yesterday, and now it's time to leapfrog our way across and safely. And we got to take it cautious because the terrain's ready to trip you at every moment. So, so yeah, and then we'll hit the next lake, and then hopefully that goes well, and maybe even scout our last bushwhack portage
Before we're making camp in the next pond.
Woohoo!
No breeze. Bugs are out. Okay, we're doing the, what's it called again? The
Leapfrog?
leapfrog. Doing that again today. So this is leapfrog stop number 2. Look around us. You okay? I didn't get on film. Can you do it again? This is actually is easier going than the Labrador Tea.
Yeah. Yeah, if you take it.
I can't make this stuff up. Are you alright?
I'm lovely. Never better. Yeah, if you take it slow over the trees, then at least the Labrador Tea's not dragging your feet at every step you try and take. But I'm just going to stay here.
You're one with the land. We go that way. Well, day 4 is over. We're at a camp that a wolverine has put its musk in. At least that's what we're saying. Because at first I thought it was a bear that dug up the earth. So we're just hoping it's just a wolverine putting a scent in the ground. And yeah, we had a day on the portage here. Well, it's not a portage. We hiked overland. And my shins are paying for it. Ripped my pants wide open out in the crotch, but I won't be showing that.
I think everyone wants to see.
No, they don't want to see it. Actually, I didn't mind it because it aired it out. So it's a bush camp. Like this is where we're camping, and we found a spot to put a tent. And it's the only high ground on this lake, and so we found it. But all of this was dug up by something, and I just assumed it was a bear. But then, why would a bear do that? There's no ants in there. There was otter poop on the point. An otter wouldn't do that, would it? And we kind of joked that it was a wolverine putting its scent down, but it might have been.
Well, today went as we had hoped to safely get over the next trail. And then onto this lake, so that's all good, and even better because we could find a spot to camp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's no other, it's all lowland. So, yeah.
So now the downside is we went and had a peek at where we got to go through cross country again, and it looks like it's going to be even tougher because it's not open enough to really mark your way through, so we're going to have to clear our way through to make it happen. So it's going to be a lot of work, so we're just going to have to put on our patience hats.
Oh yeah.
And our perseverance hats.
Yeah, right.
And our I love Andy hats.
Yeah, so we're in a bit of a bind, to be quite honest. So there's some good things, and bad things about it. But we couldn't go to the route that we were supposed to, that Andy had organized to the west of the park because of a wildfire, and we don't want to pal around, like 15 kilometers away from a wildfire. So we decided to move to the east side of the park to get away from that. And to do that, though, we chose a route that supposedly someone did. What's the book again?
The Canoe Atlas of the Little North.
Yeah, Canoe Atlas of the Little North, which is a great book, by the way. But there are no portages, like not even close. Like, yes, you can go overland like we did. I'm thinking maybe in the wintertime they did with snowmobiles, so therefore it's a portage. I don't know. But when you want to say, well, maybe it's traditional, it's all overgrown, then it's all overgrown. It doesn't exist at all. So if you're thinking of going on that route, I'll show you on a map, you don't do it. Because we've been spending, this is fourth day, fifth day tomorrow. Probably take tomorrow to scout it and another day to cut it. I don't think we'll get that all done in one day. What I saw, I went into the bush to try and find the ancient trail. We put in a couple times, and it's just thick alder, like thick alder. I don't know how we'd ever get through. And it's just a wall of everything. And when you get up to the ridge, which we did before it opened up with Labrador tea and stuff like that, and yeah, burnt out sticks and stuff like that of jack pine. But what I saw was just all these mini little spruce. So it's overgrown by, baby trees, and there's nothing. I don't know. So the frustration for us is that we're spending the majority of our time up here that took us so long to get here, and we're walking ridge tops and drinking pond water. And I don't want this to make a negative of the park. It's just my luck. It really is. Yeah, I'm going to come back and everybody's going to think, oh, I'm not going to go to this park. Well, our first day was awesome.
Yeah. And we're looking forward to that continuing, but it's been put on pause as we navigate our way through this stuff that's, not there. Trails that aren't there.
Oh, well, okay, we're camped beside a wolverine den, and time for some scotch. Well, no fancy meal chat, fire ambiance and stuff like that. It's too dangerous to light what's it called?
Firebox?
Firebox here. lava, open rock. And we decided to make a lunch for dinner. We had the summer sausage, some cheese, and some rye bread. And that was what we were supposed to eat for the last 3 days and did not have it because it was too hot and we were too busy portaging and swatting bugs. So we had that, and I did go back to the backwoods there. Did see some dried bear poop. So maybe it was a bear that did this.
Did what?
Scratching stuff.
Oh, the scratching of the
Yeah.
moss?
Yeah. Well, if I scratch and rub my back in the forest, I would want to poop after that as well.
Maybe he's wiping his bum.
Well, he has some problems then if he... Oh my lord. Okay, well, that's all we got. We're exhausted. Tomorrow we're off to clear a trail and cut a trail. We'll be here for the week.
Try the veal.
Well, top of the morning to you. We're having a third cup of coffee because thunder's in the background. So Annie's pumping up the stove if you're wondering what's going on. And yeah, so we're heading out for the day to scout a possible trail, well, make a trail through 600 meters into the next lake. And yeah, we got all the day stuff all ready, but now all of a sudden thunder's coming in, so we're gonna hold up a bit. And excuse me if I don't film much today. We have a little bit of work to do. Just saying. Round 4, is it? Another one coming in. We ain't going anywhere. I'm just glad we're not looking at the trail right now. We'd be soaked to the bone. Yeah, and the sheet lighting is now turned to bolt lighting. We saw some bolts coming down. But we remembered that we had a bacon and egg, like dried egg McMuffin left over from 2 days ago. So we ate it. It was delicious. Take the good with the bad. Okay, this is a new Helinox chair I got this spring to review for the season. And really lightweight, great high back, love it. You can put your head back, cozy. And very comfortable and especially lightweight. And durable, it hasn't broken down yet. I've used it all season. A little tight in the seat, especially if you're a bigger person. And it creaks a lot when you move. So those are the only two negatives. And well, there's a third. Yeah, they sent me a white one. Look at the color of it. Look at the Well, you know it's well used. There you go. The new Helinox high back chair. So Andrew, we got Stormbound today.
Yeah, it's having a little break right now. We'll see if it's done or round 2's coming in or what.
Yeah, we're at round 5, I think.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So we'll show everybody what we got in case something goes wrong in the middle of nowhere here.
So we got a couple of spot devices. This one's a Gen 4 spot device that Kevin's had for a bit. And this is a new one I picked up. It's a Spot X that has the ability to send and receive messages. I think this one, is it just sending out messages?
Yeah, it shows you where I am. I have 3 preset messages, but I've never really used that. But I just sort of say, okay, whoever I've emailed the contact to, they like Christine and some other people are getting every night, I'm here and I'm okay.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simplistic. It runs on AAA batteries. Yours, you can communicate a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they both have a good feature like if you have to send the SOS,
Yeah, you can send help me, come and get me, or SOS, meaning they're coming to get you right now.
but you got to do that. You got to pop this open.
Yeah, thankfully, because you don't want to mistakenly.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you don't want to push
Yeah,
that button by
you don't want to
mistake.
accidentally push the button underneath here. Yeah. Similarly, there's, this. You have to open that door on this
Oh, okay.
to push the SOS button if you need to. So yeah, it's kind of like an old BlackBerry where it's got a keyboard you type stuff in with. Messages are limited to 140 characters, I think. If you want to send out a custom message that you type in, with this you have 14 preset messages that you can set up in the background so that SpotX synchronizes with the computer system, and those 14 messages are now on here ready to go. Same with a contact list that I think can have up to 80 contacts in it. So, but certainly way more than I need to do. So.
Well, you do have some serious ones, but also you have one for your brother that you're sending.
Yeah, and depending on what plan you buy, I think you can get limited messaging right up to unlimited messaging and something in the middle, and then if you go over your limit of messaging, then there's a per cost for each message. But yeah, if it's one of your preset messages, then there's no additional cost to send those as often as you want.
So you're sending your brother a note every night.
Yeah, so when I was talking about this with my brother and asking him if he wanted to be on the contact list, he said, "Oh yeah, that's cool," and he went and researched it, and he's like, "Oh, that's really really cool," and yeah, put me on the list. And so I said, so I set up a preset message that said, "Hey Steve, stop reading your email and go rub Sandy's feet." Sandy's his wife. So anyway, I did send one of those on this trip so far. So.
But you do all of a sudden set messages for the outfitter, Gold Seeker.
Yeah, I've got preset messages anticipating if we need to fly out of a different lake. I can say, please come and get us on this lake instead, and send them the coordinates. I can also send them a preset message that said, please communicate back, when that flight's going to be, where, and what day, time, and location. So you kind of think ahead to what do you want to communicate when you're setting up your preset messages. Whether that's common, reassurance to the folks back home, or to give them a little update without actually typing in or typing in an ad hoc message, which would cost money possibly if you over your limit. So think that through, set it up, and then use it. So to take advantage of your presets, and then you can certainly send a custom message if you need to, and receive. When I first got it, I tested it out to send a custom message, receive a message, and then both these spots have a regular check-in button, which basically says, just send this message to this list of people and tell them, which basically says, I'm okay. Everything's cool. This is where I am. And so, yeah, both devices, that gives the folks back home some reassurance, and also, you know, it lets them know where you are, and they can kind of see your progress as you're doing your thing.
It's coming in. Patience is such a virtue. We're waiting the storm out. Rain's good because there was forest fires on the way here, right? So the rain obviously helps that. But thunder and lightning is not. Lightning is not good. It's very anxious feeling to be in a small lake up in the middle of nowhere and not sure what it's going to take to get out. 2 days of cutting the bush. It's the alder that actually does it. Like before we were up on a ridge and we can handle it, but biggest part is I'm not used to this landscape, which is a good thing. It's always nice to be introduced to something new, but if you're not familiar with it, it's a odd feeling. And route planning up here is critical. Because if we stayed on the bigger lakes for the whole time we're here, we would have dealt with storms and stuff like that, but at least a plane can come and get you. Here's the ironic thing. I brought an extra fishing rod, a whole bunch of tackle, not a whole bunch of tackle, but all excited to go fishing because there's a lot of fish here. And I fished at our first campsite for a few minutes and caught a couple walleye and a pike. And ever since, haven't taken the fish stuff out because we're in all these swampy ponds. And I could care less about catching fish right now. Still a beautiful landscape though. High anxiety brings fear and depression, so I gotta watch that. Positive attitude. We will get to the next lake. Just patience is such a virtue.